Hello, everybody. Today is Craft Wire, right? Yeah. Today is Craft Wire. Uh, $4 is 50 cents off the website price. If you buy more than 10, it'll drop to $3, which is an incredible buy. You can shop this video or any of our other videos with that scrolling message at the bottom. They are shoppable until we remove it. On Facebook, if you're new, all of our communications will be through Facebook Messenger. If you are on YouTube, you must register. How do you register? You register via text message by sending us your name, email, and mailing address to our shop phone number. We will pull your order next business day from when you place it. What else do I want to say? You'll get a picture of your invoice and the 3 payment options above it. Scroll up to read them. Choose the one you'd like when you're trying to pay. Our shipping is $5 for the week. That starts on Friday at 9 a.m. and ends the following Friday at 9 a.m. Anything you buy during that period of time is $5 shipping. However, if you pay, we ship and it starts over. So how much you get in your box is up to you. All right, $4 a spool or 10 or more, $3 each. We're just going to go in order of size. All right, let me turn this on and flip those. No. Turn that on. All right. Oh, you already did it. All right, order of size. So we're going to do 18 gauge first. The bigger the number, the smaller the wire. 18 gauge gold, number 80. Tells you the yards on the card. And that does change sometimes by color. Hello. If you're new, all you got to do is put 80 in the comments to get this one. 18 gauge gold. What is happening, Carmen? How are you today? Everybody should go check out the necklace Carmen made over on the Beaded Creation group. Gorgeous 18 gauge gold. We got 18 gauge rose gold. 18 gauge rose gold. Number 545. 545. 18 gauge rose gold, 4 yards. 4 yards. Anybody new here for the first time? Tell us what state you're from. That is rose gold, 18 gauge. Next up, we have got bare copper, 18 gauge. So we got 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, and 28 gauge today. All of it. We are showing all of it on one video. Number 79, 18 gauge bare copper. 18 gauge bare copper. What is happening, Kathleen? How are you today? 18 gauge bare copper. Then how about 18 gauge antique copper, 7 yards. 18 gauge antique copper, 7 yards. Number 78. Number 78. All right. And 18 gauge vintage bronze. 18 gauge vintage bronze. Looks like the silver was currently sold out on the 18. Sorry about that. We do have it in the 20 though. We do have it in the 20. Number 81. 18 gauge vintage bronze. All right, here we go. 20 gauge. 20 gauge silver. 20 gauge silver. Number 201. Number 201. 20 gauge silver. Looks like we got 2 tones of silver in this size. We also have the brush silver. Brush silver 20 gauge. Number 205. 205. 20 gauge brush silver. 6 yards. All right, 20 gauge gold, 6 yards. 20 gauge gold, number 204. 204. 20 gauge gold. 20 gauge gold. You seeing a trend here? Do you notice the trend? The first 2 digits matches the size. How about rose gold 20 gauge? Rose gold 20 gauge. That's number 206. 206 rose gold 20 gauge. 206. 206. What are you going to make with craft wire? 206. So what are the top 3 things I put in the 20 gauge bare copper? Bare copper. Who's showing up tomorrow? Who's coming for rondelles, smooth and faceted tomorrow? 20 gauge bare copper, number 202. 202. Who wants rondelles at $8? More and more ear wires. You need more and more ear wires? Well, that is a perfect thank you, Kathleen K. Get ready with the link for the 25% off. So, there's currently a video. I don't know if you know about it. It is findings. It's a findings video that is 25% off what the price says on the card. So follow this link. There's stainless steel in there. There's brass ear wires in there. Findings video, 25% off what it says on the tag. Paris will take it at checkout. You make your own. Perfect. If you don't want to make them, shop that finding video. Number 202. 202. All right. How about 20 gauge? 20 gauge antique copper, 10 yards. Number 203. 203. 20 gauge antique copper. Number 203. 203. 20 gauge antique copper. What's happening, Lisa G? How are you? We will pull your order next business day from when you place it. Does not matter if you're watching this show live or replay. Either work. This video is shoppable until I remove it. Number 20 gauge vintage bronze, 207. 207 vintage bronze. Vintage bronze, 207. How is everybody doing today? 207. 20 gauge vintage bronze. All right, 22 gauge now. 22 gauge silver, 8 yards. 8 yards. Number 221. 221. The bigger the number, the smaller the wire. 221. 22 gauge. Most of you guys are pros. I don't have to tell you that. 221. All righty. How about nickel silver? Looks like we got 3 colors of silver in the 22 gauge. 3 colors. Nickel silver, 15 yards. 15 yards. Number 227. 227. Nickel silver. 227. Nickel silver. Okay. Then we have brush silver. 22 gauge brush silver, 8 yards. Brush silver. Number 228. 228. 26 gauge is great for crocheting. And if you want to see that, go to the Beaded Creation group and look at Carmen's post of her necklace. My mom did a necklace once with a bunch of grandma's old buttons that she crocheted. It was beautiful. Good use of them old buttons. All right, 22 gauge gold, 8 yards. 22 gauge gold, 8 yards. Number 225. 225. 22 gauge gold. It's happening, Julie P. Right? It was, wasn't it? .22 gauge gold. Maybe you guys should put your crocheted necklace underneath that, or on that post, or share it on your own. Who else is going to make one? All right, 22 gauge rose gold. 22 gauge rose gold, number 224. 224. What's happening, Cheryl S? How are you today? 224, 22 gauge rose gold, 8 yards. Anybody new here for the first time? All you have to do is put in this number if you'd like one of these, and we will pull the order next business day from when you place it. This video and all of my other videos with that scrolling message at the bottom are shoppable. Number 224. So, anybody that's interested in stone strands, you can put stone in the comments, and I'll share the video playlist for YouTube, which is 64 shoppable stone strand videos. Labradorite, moonstone, tourmaline. Or you can tell me what you're looking for, and I can give you that specific video. Bear copper, number 222, 15 yards. Bear copper, 222, 15 yards. We're at 2 more 22 gauges. 22 gauge vintage copper, 15 yards. 22 gauge vintage copper, 15 yards. Flower jade is probably only on the website. So I'll share that with you. I think that's the only flower jade I have. I learned how to wire Kelly's Bead Boutique. Yep, we know Kelly very well. She's just north of us about half an hour to 40 minutes. Number 223, vintage copper. Vintage copper. Kelly is very talented. 223. Kelly probably has, I don't know. I think the last time she was over here, she said she has over 200 like video demos or something. Number 222, vintage bronze. 222, 15 yards. Number 226. 226 is vintage bronze. 226. We used to see her a lot more when we had the store. All right, let's go to 24 gauge now. 24 gauge. 24 gauge. 10 yards, silver color first. 10 yards, silver color. Number 248. 248. 24 gauge silver. 24 gauge silver. 248. Then we've got nickel silver 24 gauge. Nickel silver. Number 242. 242 nickel silver. Nickel silver 242. 242. We also have brushed silver in 24 gauge, 10 yards. Brushed silver. Number 243. 243. Brushed silver. 243. I have to ask my vendor, Kathleen K. That flower jade was popular on that last video. I wonder if they have it in any other shapes. Typically, when I order the other shapes, I buy most of what they cut. Number 24 gauge gold, 10 yards. 24 gauge gold, 10 yards. Number 245. 245. Heavier gauge copper? You mean heavier than 18? No. 18 is the heaviest that I carry. Number 24, rose gold, 10 yards. If you want the 18 gauge, Elizabeth, that's the first size we showed. 244 is the rose gold color, 24 gauge. 244. Rose gold. Just watch the beginning of the video. There's 7 or 8 colors in the 18 gauge. There's 18 gauge, 20 gauge, 22 gauge, and now we're on 24 gauge. So they're all at the beginning of the video, the bigger sizes. Right? Yeah, that flower jade. And if you haven't shopped that $4 strand video, you have until tomorrow morning when Paris comes in to pull orders. And then I'm taking it down. You have that link too. You can pop that in there. Today's the last day. Yep. You can shop this video whenever, Elizabeth. Whenever you shop it, we'll pull it next business day. 24 gauge bare copper. 24 gauge bare copper. Number 247. 247. Oh, that's the stone playlist. Oh, I meant
don't have the link.
You don't have. I took it down. Okay, it's not on that playlist. Yeah, delete that for now. So if you want to shop that $4 strand video, go to my Facebook page. Just do the Facebook link. And then scroll down to last Wednesday's video. $4 stone strands. They were 33 to 50% off the website price at $4. Crazy deal. 247 bare copper. Tomorrow is smooth and faceted rondelles at $8, which are, I think, 33 to 50% off the website price at $8. That's tomorrow's video. What else did I put on for tomorrow? I don't remember what else I added for tomorrow. 246 antique copper. Antique copper. I might even show some more craft wire tomorrow on a super sale. If you want craft wire, come to the Wednesday night show. We'll show the other sizes we have out there. How much we got? Too much. Maybe we'll only show 1 or 2 of them. Or a couple of them. All right. Next up, 24 gauge vintage bronze, 20 yards. 20 yards. Number 241. 241. Vintage bronze. Vintage bronze. 241. 20 yards. Vintage bronze. All right, Carmen, here you go. 26 gauge up next. 2 more sizes left, 26 and 28. 26, 30 yards, nickel silver. Looks like we don't have the regular silver in the 26 today. We have nickel and brushed. This is nickel, number 138. 138, nickel. 138, nickel. Anybody new here for the first time? Say hello and tell us what state you're from. The 138. All right, 26 gauge brush silver, 15 yards. Leanne G, welcome, welcome. All you have to do is comment below with the item number you like, and we will pull your order next business day. Number 134, brush silver, 26 gauge. Brush silver, 26 gauge. Number 134. 134. 26 gauge gold color. 26 gauge gold, 15 yards. Number 137. 137. 26 gauge gold. $137. 26 gauge gold. All right. 26 gauge rose gold. 15 yards. Item number 140. Let's see here. 140. 26 gauge rose gold. 140. 26 gauge rose gold. .26 gauge bare copper. 30 yards. Item number 135. 135 bare copper. Number 135. $135. $135. 26 gauge antique copper, 30 yards. .26 gauge antique copper, 30 yards. Number 139. 139. 139. $139. Number 26. 26. Oh, sorry. Gauge 26. Vintage bronze, 30 yards. Vintage bronze, 30 yards. Item number 136. 136. Vintage bronze. Vintage bronze. Number 136. 136. To this. 136 vintage bronze. All right, 28 gauge, last size. 28 gauge silver for you. 28 gauge silver, 15 yards. Number 145. 145. 28 gauge silver. $28 silver. All right, then we got the nickel silver 28 gauge, 40 yards. 40 yards. Sheesh. It's like 120 feet, right?
Yeah.
40 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 146, 28 gauge. 28 gauge. Oh, I'm hearing it on your phone.
Well, my volume's all the way down.
28 gauge, number 146. 146. All right, 28 gauge brush silver. Brush silver. 15 yards. Number 141. 141. 141. 141. How about 28 gauge gold? 28 gauge gold, 15 yards. 144. 144. 28 gauge gold. 28 gauge rose gold, 15 yards. 28 gauge rose gold, number 148. 148. 148. 28 gauge bare copper. Bare copper. Number 142. 142. 142. Bare copper. .28 gauge antique copper. 28 gauge antique copper, 40 yards. Number 147. 147. 28 gauge antique copper. 147. And 28 gauge vintage bronze is the last one for today. 28 gauge vintage bronze, 40 yards. Number 143. 143. All righty, everybody. Oops. Drop it. Thanks for shopping with Beauty and the Bead today. If you have any questions, put it in the comments. If you got something you're looking for, stone strands, African glass, bagged metal, put it in the comments. I'll send you the list of videos. And we'll see you tomorrow with the big show. $8 rondelles. Come join us. We'll see you then. Have a great day.